Okay, so now that we have a dagger, we need an actual ability, right? So an ability is just a montage. So we're gonna go into Mixamo. Okay, so we're in Mixamo. We go to characters. We're gonna select Olivia or whatever. Your character might not match the animation, so you gotta make sure it's one that's correct. The website's bugged. There we go. Okay, now we're good. All right, so we're gonna look for forward attack. And we're gonna do one with the motion. Okay. We're gonna download with skin, FPX, and download. Just doing well with root motion so I can show you certain things. And now we're gonna download it again, but without the skin. So we have the skeleton and now just the animation. So we have both of them. First is first, you make your content folder, you make a folder called Mixamo, SKN for skeletal mesh, and then you use like in the first thing you downloaded. Skeleton. There's no skeleton mesh because this is gonna create it, and then import all. And that's gonna import the character. Then after that import, see it's all here. And that's fine. You don't care about this. After that, you go to player, and then you go to your sword, and then create a folder called animations. Here you import the other one. I'm gonna rename it to sword and shield attack cannon. I'm gonna import, and now you select the new skeleton mesh. So sword and shield attack skeleton, and you import it. Okay, so now we have it. Now you can right click on it and retarget animations. So you select source skeletal, it's already selected. Then you select Manny as the second one. And see, just retargets it right away. Click export animations, ability system, abilities player, forward animations, and just export override existing files. Okay, now here it is. There's our character. And now we go on here on the left. You're going to enable root motion and you're going to force root lock. Okay. Very important 2 steps. And you save it. Okay, so we get our animation in our retarget. Okay, get our animation. But for our abilities, we need to actually use montages instead of animation. So we're going to right click, going to create anim montage. Now this is your anim montage. Here, we're going to add a anim notify state, activate collision. So a state is an anim notify state has a begin and an end event and a tick event, while the anim notify, just anim notify, only has a start event, right? So we're gonna activate the notify right here, start attacking there, and there. Actually, we can start it here. Feels like that's a good place to start attacking. Start activating the attack. That's a good place to end it. Okay, and that's it. Okay, so now let's actually create the actual ability. I'm gonna right click, rippling, ability. Gameplay ability. Selected. EA. Player melee basic. So basic attack or whatever. Once again, we commit it. We check if it was committed. If it wasn't, we end it. And then we're gonna do play montage and wait for events. Add montage. So we're gonna promote this to variable and then montage to play. That's fine. And compile. And here we're gonna select the montage that we added. On completed, we're gonna end. Uninterrupted and canceled. That's when we're gonna end. So on blend out, we're not gonna end it. If you can, sure. Blend out means, as you can see over here on the blend options. So blend in, 25% of the animation is the blend in. So go here. The blend in is up to here. So all this is a blending, and the blend out is from here to the end, right? So if you want to end the ability here, you can do it on blend out, but I'm doing it on complete over here. Event receipt, we're going to use this to do damage, but this is how you do an event receipt. So event tag, we're going to switch on this. Then you plug it in. And then you add your tag, which is going to be event event montage. Okay. And rate. So rate is how fast the animation is getting played, right? So for that, we're actually going to use our attack speed modifier that we set up in the character. So we're going to do get avatar. And from the avatar, it's going to be get attribute, get float attribute. Okay. And the float attribute is attack speed. We're gonna do a switch. Select, select float. So if we got it, so as you can see, if A is true, so if we got it, we're gonna use this one. If we didn't get it, we're just gonna use 1. So that's a default rate of 1. And that's it. That's how you use the attack speed for our abilities. Pretty simple. Okay, and that's pretty much it. Make sure you change from per execution to actor. And that's it for now. We're not applying damage yet because we haven't set up our enemy characters to take damage, right? So now what we do is ability sets. So we want to make a new ability set because this ability set is just for movement and stuff, right? We actually want to make a new ability set. Ability set, player sword. All right, so all the sword abilities are going to go in here. And then we just players melee basic. And then the input action, we have to actually make a new input action. So let's do that. Player input actions. Tags. Input action. Input action. Attack. Basic. So it's just basic. We want to make an input for every single attack in the game. We just want to make an input for each keybind that we're going to use. So for this example, I'm going to use right click and left click. All right, so I will do attack basic and attack 2 or something. Or you can call it, instead of basic, you can call it attack 1. Then attack 2 is on the right click, and then if you need more attacks, I would put it on Q, E, or whatever. So attack, set it to attack 1, and I'll trigger it. Input, and make sure add a new input mapping, attack 1. Let's set it to left mouse. And the triggers, I actually like setting them inside the actual input action. You can see it has triggers on pressed. So that would be the trigger. And again, if you want to use a controller, you add basic attack, gamepad, like the trigger on the gamepad. You see it's inheriting from that is pressed. Okay. So everything's set up. Now we just have to add this ability set to our character. So if you remember correctly, the player state is handling the player state is handling all the abilities, right? So did it resets? We just add the sword. And if we play, we got it. But you can see the collisions. The collision's working. The debug draw. So I really don't like the way it was retargeted. So I'll show you a different way how to retarget this. We're gonna use Mexican Book Convert. Well, actually, do this. Right? Much better way. It just does it correctly instead of ugly. Right? So if you download Mexican Converter, there's a mannequins folder, Manny and Real Indian 5. So you're gonna go Mixamo, upload your character, and you drag in Manny. Okay, good. Now it's good. Okay. Now we're gonna download this. All right, without the skin. No skin. Download. You go to income in FBX in the Mixamo converter. Then you drag that in here. Then you go back to the app, delete this, then you just convert the animation. Okay. And now you go to your outgoing and the animation is there. And this one will actually work correctly. So let's go here and delete this so we don't get messed up references. Actually, it's gonna delete everything Mixamo related because that was horrible. It looked horrible. Just delete all these. And then go to the Mixamo folder. Just delete the whole Mixamo folder. Well, it doesn't want to delete it. Whatever. And delete it later. Okay, so go to animations. I'll go in FBX. You just drag it in. And now you select the mannequin. SK mannequin. Okay, you just import it. And this actually works. Okay. Once again, create animation montage. And then you go to the ability and select that one. Okay, now if you play, it will actually look good. All right, so that's it. We got the animation working. But if you made a new animation, right? So you actually have to add the montage back in. Animation notify, give a collision. So we're gonna start it there and end it here. And make sure on the top right collision part is primary item, right? Because that's the one we set up. Now we close. And there's your debug. So that's good. All right. So we set up the collision for our weapon. Next video, we are going to actually apply damage to our character, to our enemy, right? See you then.